Hi there and welcome to another Inspected Houses tutorial. In this case we're going to go ahead and show utilization of the realtor lead system. This is the system where realtors will get a CC lead if they sign up for the program. They'll receive leads real time, the same information that you do as an inspector. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. We're going to go ahead and use the desktop version. Just like with the inspections, you'll get a lead notification that has a link to this page. So once you get a lead notice, either via email or text, you can just click on that link and it'll take you to the login screen, which we're seeing right here. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. I'm just going to put in a demo account here. So you put your username in here, which is the email address associated with the account, as well as your password, and click the login button. Now, if you did forget your password, you can click that right there. But anyway, so I'm in the system. And the realtor version is pretty simple. It's basically a system where we can go ahead and look at leads, very much like the inspectors, but we don't have the marketing tools. It's really just lead management in this case. And so I have a screen here that shows me all the leads that I have in the system, and they're ordered by date. We can sort by looking at all the leads. We can also search by first letter, and this goes by the first letter of the first name. So if somebody comes in, I want to say under P, and we'll sort everybody by that. See, you have one for Preston Sandlin right here. So go ahead and click those. The other thing we can do is we can click by filters. Clicking this drop down right here. In this case, we can see how that lead came into the system. So if it came in from a postcard, a flyer, or something, if we know we're doing a joint marketing effort with the inspection community, we'll know how to sort exactly by which type of marketing campaign went out. All right. So a couple of different things here. So we're looking at the different leads in the system. You'll notice that I have the name of the lead here. So if you add the first name from the phone number from caller ID, it'll appear here along with the phone number. If it's associated with a specific property, we'll see that here. And this MLS number is just the property ID in the system. The status is new. You can update that when the lead came into the system. These are almost all going to show up under buyer type, and it shows us their source, whether it was a text or a call or whether they filled out a form. We have not set a follow-up time on that, but you can, and it will send you reminders. And we also have a button at the end that shows accept or reject versus open or close. So what's the difference there? When you first get a lead, you have to actually accept the lead into your system. So you go ahead and click that, and it will ask you if you want to work this lead. So we're going to go ahead and say yes. And once we do that, we can go ahead and open it up. So go ahead and click on that right there. And this will bring us into the contact screen. So you've seen probably the inspector piece where it has some screens. This is just a little different interface. But again, we can check against sex offender registry or criminal background check. We can put in information here. If we have phone numbers, we can Google those. We can upload a photo if we don't have it. We can check this against various email addresses to pull more information. So I'm going to go ahead and put one in here right now, just so you can see what I'm talking about. So if we get the email from that customer, and we go ahead and save this, I'm going to open this lead back up. And now you'll see I'm starting to pull images and things like that. Once we do that, we can also see some of the demographic information that we have in the inspector system. So for instance, here's the Facebook account, the Twitter account, the LinkedIn account, etc. If we know age and things, it'll come in this way. Occupation, etc. The other thing we're going to get in here is the lead information itself. So this is the street address. So it was after 146 South Gray Street was the property that they were interested in. We have other types of fields in here that the realtor can fill out if they want to use this, and determine obviously the marketing source was the sign, etc. Okay. Now the last thing that the realtors have that the inspectors actually don't is the ability to enter what we call custom fields. And what that means is, if there's something in here, you'll see a whole bunch of stuff. Custom fields are data fields that we pull in that don't necessarily fit the standard. In other words, if somebody is working on a lead and wants to put something else in there that we just don't have a box for, they can go ahead and create any field they want. So if there's something specific, let's say you're in San Francisco and you need to know if it has, if it's in the floodplain or whatever like that, you could actually create a field, which is a label, and there it is, and we can enter data in that thing. So no. And if I save that, now I have the ability to actually search by custom fields. Okay. All right. The other thing you can do that the realtors can do in here is, if they want to, they can also bulk upload or export the leads if they're using other CRMs. So where you'd use this is we can go ahead and we can add a lead manually by clicking the plus button, and we just put the information in. And the reason they might want to do that is because if you want to figure out some of the social and demographic data, or you want to check against the registry and things, it allows you to put it within the system. You can do this as a bulk upload as well. And all you have to do is, if you have a CSV file, which is a type of file that Excel uses, you can go ahead and just choose that file right here. If the columns are in the first row and those labels, you can go ahead and match those. You click this, we identify a file type, you pull it into the system, match the data labels, and upload that. And we'll do another separate tutorial entirely on that, but that's another feature of the system. And then lastly, you can export all this data by clicking this button here, and it will download a CSV if you want to go ahead and load those into your own CRM. Okay, so that's kind of the basics of the Realtor system. It's pretty simple to use. Trying not to make it overly complicated for partners. It's mainly just, hey, I got a lead from my inspection partner, and away it goes. So if there's any questions, please feel free to reach out to the Inspected Houses team, and we'll be glad to help you.